Mm, Please let me know if you can hear me. Good evening. Good evening. If you are here, good evening. Let me know in the chat box if you can hear what I'm saying, please. Okay, that's better. That's good. That's good. That's good. Now let's go to the WhatsApp group now and tell people that we are live and direct that we are starting class in the next 2 minutes. Let's do that now. I need you to tag at least 3 or 4 people in the group. Go to the group now, tag them in the group. It's only one person that have tagged people so far. Oh. Let's go to the group. Let's drop a comment there. Tell people that it's time for class. Let's tell them that it's time for class. By 6:10, we are starting immediately 6:10. Even if there are only 5 people in the group, it's only the 5 of us that will be starting. Good evening. Is it Mrs. or Miss Morenikeji? Oluwaseun Funmilayo, you are welcome. Oluwatosin Samson, you are also welcome. Bliss Nixos, sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. I stand to be corrected. You are welcome. Down, is it down or done? Down, you are welcome. You are welcome. My powerful mistress, sir. My mistress coordinator, Mr. Fifehan, you are also welcome, sir. I can see you. Okay, I think you are 6 here. We are 6 here. Immediately, when it's 6:10, we are starting immediately because I don't want us to waste too much of our, I don't want to waste much of our time today. Actually, I don't want to waste too much of our time today. And basically, what we'll be doing today is pure practical, how to manage your calendars, your Google Calendar, how to manage calendar for your clients as a virtual assistant. What are the do's and don'ts when it comes to you managing calendar for your clients? Okay, we have 3 months to start. Ayola Oluwaseun says time to learn. Thank you so much. I love this. I love this. Miss Oyewole Miriam, you are welcome. Mr. Adewale Oluwadamilare, you are also welcome. Okay, we have 2 more minutes to go. Okay, now let's start. It's 6:10 already, and we can start now. So briefly, can you all tell me what you gained from last week lesson? I know last week we discussed about email management, how to label, how to star, how to add signature to your email, how to import image, how to do this, how to do that on Google Documents. So can you tell me one or two things that you know that it's one of your take home from last week lesson? Quickly, please. One or two people. Sorry, my sound will be somehow today. Sorry, I'm still trying to get through it. Something is wrong with my system sound, so it won't be so audible as it's supposed to, please. Can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. I'm not receiving any feedback from you, please. Oh, I said you should give me one thing that you learned that you derived from last week's lesson. How to use Google Documents. Okay. How to use Google Documents. Thank you. Excuse me. Okay, how to copy and broadcast. Carbon copy and blind carbon copy. Okay, how to create labels on mail. Okay, now so welcome once again. Let's dive straight into today's business. So now we'll be looking at the Google Workspace 2, and today we'll be looking at Google Calendar and Google Drive. So today we'll be focusing on Google Calendar mainly, while Google Calendar is essential for a virtual assistant. Why it is necessary? Why is it a necessity for you as a virtual assistant. Why is a necessity for you as a virtual assistant? So, good evening, everyone. This is David. My name is David Adewumi, and I'll be taking you through this. Oh, Precious Wilson, you are welcome. You are welcome. I can see you quite well. You are welcome. You are welcome. So now, let's go straight into the business. So, introduction. Why Google Workspace is essential for virtual assistants. That's our focus today. Why it is essential for you as a virtual assistant. Please let me know if you are seeing my screen, please. Let me know if you are seeing my screen. If you are seeing my screen, please let me know. If you can see my screen, let me know, please. Can you see my screen? Now I'm sharing something. Oh, something is wrong there. Can you see my screen now? How about now? Can you see my screen? Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. This is perfect. Okay, now so we'll be looking at why it is essential for us as a virtual assistant to make use of Google Calendar. So now, firstly, someone is still saying I can't see your screen, sir. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Let me know. If you can't see my screen, let me know, please. Precious Wilson, can you see my screen now? Oh, perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's good. That's good. So let's continue. So now Google Calendar is a digital scheduling tool that helps organize meeting, reminders, and deadlines. So it makes it really what it does three things. First thing is help you to organize meetings. Not only organize meetings, it helps you to set reminders for these meetings and also will set deadlines. Now, essential for virtual assistants managing multiple clients and tasks. Why it is important now? Because you can manage multiple clients on one single calendar. You know, it's one thing for you to have different app for this, have a separate app for this, have another app for this, and it's another thing now to have one app now that does three things together in one. It's just like all these three in one. You know, there was a time while growing up, there was a time when they used to sell all this pen that has red, that has black, that has blue, that has green, that has, you know, that's multi-purpose pen. And you now having just one a single pen, that you can liken that one to this one also. Google Calendar is an application that helps you manage multiple clients and tasks in one. Let's say now one of your clients is using Trello, another client is using Asana, then there's another client using Zoho. There's one app that we call Zoho also. It's for managing tasks. Now imagine now you now using different applications for different clients. Then Google now comes with a solution to you like, okay, no, you don't need to have three apps on your phone. You just have a single app that does Those things are the three apps are doing for you. That's the perfect definition of Google Calendar. Now let's dive deep into it. Now, for you to schedule meetings and manage appointments, that's one of the usefulness. You schedule meetings for your clients, you manage appointments, you set reminders for deadline and recurring tasks. Recurring task means you have a task that you need to do today. Today being Friday, there's a task that you always do on Fridays, 5 p.m. every Friday for 2 months. You know, you tend to forget deadlines and dates because you are human, we are human, and we are tends to what? Make mistake and forget things. But the your calendar is there for you as an individual. It's there for you to manage because it helps you to what? To reoccur tasks. Even if that task is going to reoccur for like 6 7 months, it will just be showing up every day. That since no matter what, in as much as you have set it there that this task every Friday you must remind me when it's 5:30, you must remind me when it's 5:30, you must remind me when it's 5:30. It never gets tired. That's recurring task. Now it helps you to share calendars with clients for transparency. Let's say now you are to manage a project for a client, for instance, and this client now you are kind of scheduling those times for the project, but it's not feasible for that client. The client might be like, okay, you are not up to date with the tax and all, but if you share your calendar with the tax, immediately you update the calendar, the client will also do what? Got a notification from his or her own device like, okay, this tax, so this is where you are on the tax. So it brings about transparency between you and your clients. Another usefulness is you can integrate it with any tools. You can integrate it with almost any tools, virtually any tools that we have today, the like of Zoom, the like of Google Meet. In fact, there's a place for it for an appointment. There's an appointment tag there whereby you can just book an appointment with someone directly from Google Calendar without you even opening your Google Meet. That's another usefulness of Google Calendar. Now, these are the best practices. So it tells you to double check time zones when scheduling. You know, one thing I love about Google Calendar is anytime I am to like schedule a meeting or anything, I have this rest of mind within me because it's somehow hard for you to navigate between time zones. You understand? We are in Nigeria, we are using a GMT plus one, and some people used to call it West African time, which is what. Now we have PST time, we have EST time. Now you know I'm in Nigeria now. The time here is past 6. Some people their own time is 2 p.m. while we are, let's say our own time is 6 p.m. Some people time is 2 p.m. Now why scheduling a meeting for someone, now that person is outside, I don't know their own time zone and I did not even remember the time zone, but I will be scheduling the meeting based on my own time zone. So immediately that person is receiving it from his or her own end, the time zone will change automatically to their own time zone. That's without you even needing to like making research. What's the time over there? What's the time now? If I'm to calculate it by this, by this, by this, what's the time for the meeting? No, you don't need all these things because Google Calendar is what? It's there for you to change the time zones for you at your own convenience. Now, another one is color code. You use color code for your different events. You understand? So if this is the last time I took you guys on class, I think I made mention of green, yellow, and red. That's red is for deadline. Green is maybe tasks that you have done. Blue is maybe tasks that you're on already. So you can also use color codes for your Google Calendar. Then you use notification to avoid missing meetings. You can use notifications. You can ask Google Calendar to notify you maybe 10 minutes before an event, 2 minutes before an event, 30 minutes before an event, 15 minutes before an event. Name it anytime that you want. You can tell it to like notify you that, okay, this is what I want to do today. Notify me 5 minutes before this time, 10 minutes before this time, 15 minutes before this time. Make sure that you do what? You notify me. That's one of the usefulness and benefits of it. Now you can see I just rush us through this because I don't want us to do any talking today because basically what you are here to do is pure practical. What we are here to do is pure practical. What you are here to do is pure practical. So I will not be sharing this screen again. I will be sharing a new screen whereby we will dive deep into Google. Anywhere that you feel like you need an explanation, please make sure you drop your text in the chat box. Make sure you drop your text in the chat box so that we can answer it. So now, please let me see my screen now. Let me know if you can see my screen. I'm sharing a new screen now, so let me know if you can see it. Excuse me. Let me know if you can see my screen now. Okay, yes, you come into your inbox directly. Come into your inbox directly. Then you click on this icon over here which says Google Apps. The icon over here which says Google App. Then immediately you scroll down, you will see Google Calendar here. So you will see Google Calendar here. You click on it. If you click it, it will take you automatically to Google Calendar. So this is the interface now. This is the interface of your Google Calendar. This is how Google Calendar looks like. This is how Google Calendar looks like. The reason why it's bringing it like this for me is because this is first time I'm opening it on this window, on this particular window that I'm using for practicing, because my main calendar has been filled up. So there won't be a way for me to teach with it because filled up already. So now let's use, I'm a fan of dark mode actually, but for the sake of this class, I will be using light mode. I will be using light mode for this class. So now the second way you can go to Google Calendar is just for you to type calendar.google.com. Just type calendar.google.com. Then you are set calendar.google.com. That's another way where you can log into Google Calendar. Now we'll be discussing briefly on the interface of Google Calendar. So now I will be starting from my right hand side. I will be starting from my right hand side. So here now we have this place. Now you can now set your calendar interface if you want it to be set according to per day. Now you can see today is what? Today is 12th of September. Today is 12th of September 2025. It only bring in details about today. That's the only thing it's bringing. It's only bringing details about today. Now, if I had to set it on a weekly basis, which is here, you can see we have from Sunday to Saturday. We have from Sunday to Saturday. That's weekly calendar. That's the weekly interface on the calendar. Then if you set it to monthly interface, then you will see the monthly interface where we have from first of the month. We have first of the month to the last day of the month, which is what? 30th of the month, which is 30th of the month. But for the sake of this tutorial, for the sake of this class, we'll be making use of the weekly calendar. We'll be making use of the weekly calendar now. So now, to the left of it now, we have the setting menu there. So we'll be doing some things. We have the setting menus there. Someone is saying, I can't see your screen. Please confirm for me, please. Ah. You can't see my screen? We are you, okay. How about now? Can you see my screen now? No. Kindly hold on, kindly hold on. Hold on, kindly hold on. How about now? Can you see the screen now? Okay, you can see it now. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Glory. Somebody shout glory. No worry, no, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I will start. I will start. I will start. Okay, now so let me start now by saying this. This is the interface of the class. This is the interface of the Google Calendar. This is the interface of the Google Calendar. I will go over again. Just call my attention if you cannot see my screen, please. Just call my attention to it that you cannot see my screen. So now, this is the interface of Google Calendar. You can see this is the interface of Google Calendar. And hold on, I'm trying to set up a mini place so that I will be seeing it myself. Okay, now so I will start from here now. So on my right hand side, I'll be starting with my right hand side now. We have the daily view of it. This is the daily view of it. See, it's only bringing today stops. Then you can now change it now to weekly view. So we have the weekly view here now. This is the weekly view of the Google Calendar. You can see it's we have it from Sunday till Saturday. That's how many days make 1 week? 7 days make 1 week. If you can count it, you see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 days. Now the monthly view of it also, we have the monthly view of it. This is the monthly view of it. So the monthly view of it now, you have from day 1 to the last day of the month. You have from day 1 to the last day of the month. This is the monthly view of it. And we have the yellow view of it. Actually, there is yellow view of it, but it will be somehow on the screen. You can see it just like a calendar in our house. Then if you are conversant with all this grandma's house, that's how they used to be. This is the yearly view of it. But for the sake of this class, we're making use of weekly view. We're making use of weekly view. So this is how it is now. And while explaining to you the other time, I made mention of you don't need to be worried about time zone when you are working for a client that you both are not in the same time zone. So you need to just set something quickly on your setting. Just go to your setting before that's after the calendar interface, then you go to settings. So we would like to set one or two of this now. So now from the left hand side now of the settings now, you can see we have what? We have the language, region, time zone, word clock, event settings, and the likes. So now you see now the calendar now, setting for my calendars now. This is the name of the Gmail that I'm using for this tutorial. This is the name of the Gmail that I'm using, which is Cyber Davis. That's the name that I'm using now for this tutorial. So that's why it's bringing into it. If there's let's say now a client of yours now linked his or her message. Sorry, I'm reading your messages. That's right. Be checking your message, sir. Don't worry, I'll be checking your message. Now, when a client links his or her Google Calendar with yours, the name of that person will definitely be here. You see, the name of that person will definitely be here because you can set a calendar for someone and not set it for your own. You understand? You can set calendars. You can make some certain changes in someone's calendar and not make use of it on your own personal calendar. So that's why we have these settings here. That's why we have these settings here. Now, so let's go back. Let's go back. So this is where we are now. You can see we have time zone here now. Make sure that your primary time zone is set as your own time zone, the time zone that you are using it in your own country. If you are in Nigeria, definitely you are using West African Standard Time, which is Lagos. That's the time zone that you will be using. Because the reason why you are using this is if you are scheduling a meeting or an event for someone outside and you are not using this, and you are not using this for your own calendar, you are not using this one for your own calendar, the time zone for that person might be different. When Google will calculate it for that person, it will be different. I don't know, maybe you understand me, but if you do not, I will still rephrase it. Now, I'm in Lagos now. My own time zone is GMT plus 1. I'll be working for someone in EST. Now, what's the time in EST? Now, let's check the time in EST. Eastern Time zone. I don't know, maybe my Eastern is correct actually. Now, in Eastern now, that's those people under Eastern time zone. We have the likes of Maryland, is it Washington DC? Yes, now their own time is 1:34 now. We are in 6:34. That's like 4 hours different. That's like 4 5 hours different. At times it will be 4 hours, at times it will be 5 hours, depending on the weather. So it's now, let's say the person has a meeting by 3 p.m. That person has a meeting by 3 p.m. Their own 3 p.m. It will be our own 8 p.m. right? So now I will be using 8 p.m. for my own scheduling now because I'm using GMT plus one. I'll be using 8 p.m. to create that event for that person. That 8 p.m. that I'm using is because I'm using West African time. I don't know, maybe you understand. It's because I'm using West African time for my own calendar. So immediately that person is open the event from his or her own phone or laptop, it will ring in 3 p.m. because Google has what? Google Calendar has what? Has changed the time zone from my own time zone to his own time zone without me what? Stressing myself. So anytime you open your Google Calendar, please always make sure that your time zone is set as GMT plus one, because anything you will be doing on it, it will surely reflect on your client's work also. You understand? So now we don't need much to do here. Event settings, there, everything that is there is default already. You understand? It's default. Now your event, you want it to like be for 30 minutes, or is it 40 minutes that you want your event to be for? 60 minutes, 120 minutes, and the likes. Now your event, now you want to grant permission, maybe we are still going to that, but these are just the basic settings on it. Let me just see, maybe there is any other thing that we need to like check here. Display shutter events the same size as, leave everything here as default. Just leave everything here as default. That's the only thing. Just make sure that your time zone, your primary time zone is GMT plus one. And you can also add a secondary time zone if you want. That's if you want. You can. Let's assume that I want to add a secondary time zone now. I said display secondary time zone. So now this time zone now, I will just select my client's time zone. Let's say my client now is GMT minus 5. Let's say, I'm just saying for instance now, my client is GMT minus 5. So minus 5, I will just pick their own time. I'm Eastern now the other time, but you can just pick. But I will not advise you to use secondary time zone because we are still at the stage whereby we are just coming up to managing Google Calendar. I won't want a situation whereby it will be somehow too bulky for us at the start. Shey you understand? So now let's go back. I said today must be like interactive and all. Let's go back. So now we'll be making use of, this week has gone already. So let's use next week as our practical for the day. Let's use next week as our practical for the day. So here now, you can switch between weeks. You can go to next week, you can go to previous weeks, and also which setting would like to note from here. Okay, now from the left hand side of it, now you can see my calendar, other calendars. The reason why it is like this is because I only have my own Gmail attached to this. Now let's say there's another person Gmail that is being attached to this calendar. Now it's going to bring that person's name under this place. I've said it the other time. So now let's use next week now for our practical. Now on Sunday, you can see now this Sunday we have from 12 a.m, we have 1 a.m, 2 a.m, 3 a.m, 4 a.m, 5 a.m, 6 a.m, and the likes. Now let's say by 7 a.m, I want to believe that most of us are workers in a church. So 7 o'clock on Sunday, we want to add an event that 7 o'clock we'll be going for workers meeting. That's on Sunday. You can do this in two ways. On this 7 o'clock, you can click on it. It's either you double tap on the screen or you left click on it twice. It's either you left click on it twice. You left click on it twice like this, it's going to display this interface for you. It's going to display this interface for you. Now you're adding your title. What's the title? Workers meeting. Workers meeting. Now immediately you type workers meeting, know something there you see now 14th of September. If you check your calendar, 14th of September is Sunday. That will definitely what you are right on track. Now this meeting now, workers meeting is from what time to what time? 7 o'clock to 8 a.m. Now you see now it's asking you that which time zone, just leave it as default. You don't need to touch that one. Your time zone has been set from your settings. Your time zone has been set as GMT plus one as default. So you don't need to what? You don't need to touch anything there. Now another thing is it's asking you that is this workers meeting that you are setting time for 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock? Is it every day? Immediately you click every day like this, you see now it has set like from 14 to kilogram that is every day, like all day. You want to use your whole day for that event. If you are using your whole day for that event, click all day. But if you are not using your whole day for that event, make sure that you only select the time. You only select the time that you are having the workers meeting. This is 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. You can change it. If your own is 7 o'clock to 7:30, you can see 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, 1 hour 15 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes. You can set it to any time that you want. But you know workers meeting 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So we'll be using 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock here. Now it will be now asking you now that this is your event too. Is it online or there is a physical location for it? You understand? If your event is online, then you can now add what? You can now add your Google Meet account with it. You can now add your Google Meet account with it. Now you can now add Google Meet. If you immediately click on this one now, it's going to take you to a place. It's going to generate a link, a Google Meet link for you immediately. You understand? It's going to generate a link for you immediately. But now it's location. We are using live location for this. Just use what? Church. Now there is another beautiful aspect of this thing is it has a live location whereby you can just pick the location that you want to do your stuff. Let's just pick RCCG. Let me see RCCG Redemption City. Now let's say we're having this workers meeting in RCCG Redemption City now. Immediately you pick this now, so that it has been the whole address, that's been the full address out for you. Maybe where you are having the meeting that you want to have that meeting, the live location is on Google, they can be traced, just add it there. Now the next one is you asking Google to notify you, maybe through your phone notification or through email. You see now you have two options there. There are two options here. It's either Google notify you by mail or Google notify you by your phone. So it's either it notify you by phone, or you can even add it that it must notify you through phone and through mail. How will you do this one? Let's use notification for this. You now setting this one at 30 minutes. Now this one 30 minutes before the event. 30 minutes before the event means when it's 6:30, a notification must pop up on your phone like, okay, you have an event by 7 o'clock. That's what it means. Now you can still now add another one again, add notification. Now this one now, what do you now want? Now we want Google to notify you through mail. Now this one now is effective, let's say for people like us now, that anytime we find it hard to wake up when alarm is waking us up, 30 minutes, there's a notification you did not stand up that you have a meeting to do. You can still set another one, 20 minutes again. If you do not still wake up, you still set another one, 10 minutes again, set another one, 5 minutes again. That's what I call it. Personally, I call it recurrent notification, because you can set it to notify you time by time, like 5 minutes interval, 10 minutes interval before that event notification. You can set the time to, like, let's say 20 minutes. Now you are setting this one to 20 minutes. You can still now add another notification again that, okay, notify me through phone. Now this one should be 10 minutes before the event. Now this notification is not after, it is before event. Now we have the one before the event, we have the one of 20 minutes before the event, we have the one of 10 minutes before the event. Please note that all this time can be changed. It can be changed to your own preference. Your own can be 2 minutes. In fact, your own can be 1 hour before the event. In fact, as a matter of fact, you can even ask you can even tell calendar that please notify me 2 days before the event, or even weeks before the event. There are times whereby your event will be like in a month period of time, in a month time, 2 months time. You can tell the calendar to notify you in weeks. Okay, in 3 weeks, so please notify me about this event that I'm having. In 2 weeks, notify me about this event. You can choose anything, minutes, hours, days, or weeks. I hope you are I hope you understand that. So now for this one now, we can just use a single notification for this. You can use a single notification for this. And now this place that is bringing Cyber Davis is asking you who is the owner of this event. It's asking you who is the owner of this event. You know, I said the other time that if your client's calendar is being attached to your own calendar, if your client calendar is being attached to your own calendar, definitely you are running like 2 or 3 calendars in one application. So definitely you must select who this application is for, who this event is for. So you are selecting now that this event is for what? Cyber Davis. Now you can come down here, you will see that we have a setting that say busy. What does busy means? It means that this time that you are scheduling, there's something we call time blocking. There's something we call time blocking. Time blocking on calendar means like you are blocking your time, that anything that you want to do, any other thing that you want to do at that point in time should be blocked, that you are focused your attention on just one thing. Immediately you click on busy like this, if anybody wants to like have an appointment with you, we are still coming to that place. If anybody wants to have an appointment with you, immediately the person add your Gmail to that appointment, there will be a notifier to that person that will tell the person that this person is busy by this so time, or this 7 o'clock a.m. to 8 o'clock a.m. that you want to book an appointment with this person. The person is what? The person is busy. That's time blocking. You are blocking other people from what? From reaching you at that point in time. That's time blocking. So always make sure that you set it to busy, because if you set it to free, people will be able to like people will be able to like book appointments with you. But make sure that it's set as busy. It is set as busy. Now this one default visibility, make it, just leave it default. Your visibility should be what? Should be default. Now here, now if you now have a note now for this, now this is where you just add your description. You can add notes, you can add image, you can add anything from your Google Drive. In fact, you can add an attachment there. So let's say now, okay, you know, we said workers meeting now, just add, let's say, brief note on it. Brief meeting on, I'm just adding it like literally just anything. It's not like maybe that's what you are adding. You know, I'm adding these things for practicing sake. Now you can now, after doing all these ones, you are left with little or nothing to do for this one actually. Now you can see on this right hand side of it now, it says add guests. Add guests. It says asking you to add guests. Maybe the meeting that you're having with it with someone, you can easily just what? Add the person's Gmail to it. You can just add the person's Gmail to it. Let's say you want to add guests here now. You can see these are the number of people that I've sent mails to before. So you can just add. So immediately I add now, you see now it has add one person. So now immediately one thing I need you to notice about this thing is immediately I add Gmail of someone there. Immediately I add the Gmail of one person there, it automatically what? Created a Google Meet link for me, because it felt like we'll be using Google Meet for the appointments. You understand? So if you are not using anything like church, you can just what? You can just remove the person, you can just remove it there, you can just remove it there, then you cancel this. But we'll be coming back to that one actually. We'll be coming back to that one actually. So if your appointment with that person or your event now, it's with someone that you need to meet online, you just need to what? Add their Gmail. If they are 10 in numbers, you can just click on just continue adding. Continue adding. You can add up to 20, you can add up to 30, you can add up to, just add. You see, immediately you are adding like this, you can add as many as you want, and it will send all of them notification. Now you cannot set it from here now that, okay, do you want me to send them notification? Now if you are sending them notification, are they only seeing themselves as the only person that will be attending the meeting? Or do you want me to show them the guest list? Do you want me to show them what? The guest list. There are times whereby someone will send you mail or an appointment now, you just see the list of people that the person that send the mails to. You understand? This is how you set it. If you want the person that if you want them to receive the list of other guests, if you want them to receive the list of other guests that will be attending the appointment, you can set it. If you don't want them to know who other guests are, then just do what? Unclick this, that you don't want them to see the guest list. Now if you want it to be free to everybody, just unclick on this invite others. Sorry, if you want them to invite others, like maybe someone that you have invited for a meeting now, you want them to also invite someone else, click on invite others. But if you don't want them to invite anybody, you don't want them to like invite anybody, it must be them alone that will be attending your meetings, then do what? Make sure it is on click, make sure it is on click. But for this now, we just be using the small aspect of it. Now we just want to create now. So let me just save this now. Workers meeting 7 to 8 o'clock at Redemption City. See now, it immediately is brought it here now. Workers meeting 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock at Redemption City. At Redemption City workers meeting. Now that same Sunday now, should we have should we add what is it called? Sunday school? No, don't let us add that one now. Now my screen is blurry. I guess it should be your what is it called? It should be your network. Please confirm if the screen is blurry, please. Is the screen still blurry? Is my screen still blurry? Okay, no, my screen is not blurry. Okay, okay, it's clear. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, now I will continue from here. So now this is us now. This is where we are. Where are we? Where are we? Sorry for the interruption. Okay, now so here now, let's say on Monday now, I want to create a recurring event. We said something about recurring events the other time. So now let's say every Monday by 4 p.m. No. Then let's use something practical now, more practical now. Every Tuesday, we always have our digging deep in church, right? So now we'll be using every Tuesday, 5 o'clock to 6:30 as digging deep. Now let's text something. So you come straight to where your Tuesday is, then you scroll down to where 5 p.m. is. So now on Tuesday now 5 p.m. make sure that it align together. No, you can set it, you understand, but make sure that it's aligned together. So now on Tuesday now let's say digging deep. So we have digging deep now on Tuesday. Now our digging deep starts from what time? It starts from 5 p.m. Digging deep starts from 5 p.m. and ends 6:30 p.m. Let's use 6:30 p.m. Now let's use 6:30 p.m. That's our digging deep ends by 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday. Now it's actually a question here now that the here now let's pay attention to this. This event, is it daily? Is it weekly? Weekly on Tuesday? Is it monthly on third Tuesday? This coming Tuesday will be third Tuesday of the month. Is it annually on 16th of September that you want to be having all these events? Or is this event every weekdays, Monday to Fridays? Or you can even customize. That's another thing. You can even customize. You can customize it. Now this event now that I want to create is always every Tuesday. So we'll be choosing weekly on Tuesday. So immediately we pick weekly on Tuesday like this now, then you can now set any other stuff that you want to set. How do you want the notification to be? Should it be 30 minutes before time? Should the Calendar now, the Google calendar, are you to be notified by email or by your phone? Which one are you picking? Let's say we are picking phone notification, 30 minutes first, then later on let's add another one, 20 minutes for this one, let's use 20 minutes for this one, then another one what, let's use what, 10 minutes for this one, 10 minutes for this one. Then another thing I forgot to mention, to make mention of the other time, is color grades that I said the other time. You know, we already set our workers meeting as this color, then we can now use another color again now for this. Let's use this color now for this one now. We are always busy. So immediately you click on save. Immediately you click on save, you can see now the digging deep has appeared here. Now 5 o'clock to 6:30. Now let's check next week. Maybe it's still there. No, we already picked that every Tuesday now. Let's check next week Tuesday. Do we still have it now? You can see now on 23rd of September, digging deep is still what? Digging deep is still there. This is the 23rd of September. Then you can still go again. Let's keep checking. You can see every Tuesday that we are checking here now, digging deep is what? Digging deep is there. That's reoccurring every Tuesday of the month. Every Tuesday of the month. Now let's make a setting. Let's make some changes to this thing now. I want us to make a change to it. You know, now you click on it. After clicking on it, this edit event now, you see, you can now what? You can now edit it. Now I want us to use another setting. Now let's make use of it to be what? We don't want it to repeat on every Tuesday. We want it to repeat only on third Tuesday of the month. Just third Tuesday of the month. Now you choose what? You choose monthly on the third Tuesday. Monthly on the what? Third Tuesday. Now let me now save it now. Let's save it now. You can see now it has removed it from 23rd. The event is no more on the 23rd of this month, but let's go back to the third Tuesday. You can see it's still on the third Tuesday. It's still on what? The third Tuesday. And also, while doing this, we need to be very careful at times. We need to be very what? Careful at times, because while editing, I only edit for one. I did not edit for the previous one that I've done. What do I mean by this? Let me go back to this and show you something. You know, this is where I created the event. This is where I created the event. While editing it rather, I edited it under the 23rd one, and because of that, the 23rd one what? Brought it back here. So I now have two calendars now, two events now for that same day, two events for the same time. I now have two events for the same time. So I will need to what? I will need to delete one and leave one. Now exactly now I don't want to delete this one alone. I'm deleting for every one that has been reoccurred, everyone that I put on reoccurred. Now that, am I deleting this one first? I'm deleting everyone that has been reoccurred. Now I'm deleting this one. I'm deleting only this event alone. I'm deleting only this event alone because I want to leave the only one for Tuesday, third Tuesday of the month. So any third Tuesday of the month, you usually see the calendar. You usually see the event on the calendar. Now let's check October. Now let's count to, this is the first week of October. Now let's count the second Tuesday. This is the first Tuesday. Now the first Tuesday is 7th. The second Tuesday is 14th of the month. Now the third Tuesday is what? Is 21st. So you can see how reoccurring works. This is how it works. This is how it works. So immediately it reaches the third Tuesday of the month, there's another event for you. There's another event for you. Now let's go back to this week work that we are doing now. So now we want to create another. Created one for Monday, one for Tuesday, for Wednesday. And no, please note this, that this is just for like educational purpose alone. This is just for educational purpose alone. It's just for educational purpose alone, because you might not have all this space in your calendars when times comes that you are working for people. In fact, in a day you can have like 5, 6, 7 events You understand? So don't feel like okay because it's can't now we are not doing anything. Immediately you add stuffs like this now, it should be so much that you yourself you feel like this thing is plenty like this and I did not know. Shey you understand? So now we will still do another one, we will do another one. Let's do use Wednesday as an example now. Let's use Wednesday as an example now. Which event are we adding on Wednesday? Let's say youth hangout. Youth hangout. So what time is our youth excuse me, what time is our youth hangout? Let's say 3 o'clock. So we are setting it as what? As 3 o'clock. We are setting it as 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Our youth hangout, how occurrence is it? Is it every day? So is it every Wednesday? Excuse me. Can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my voice. So now on Wednesday we will be having our youth hangout. Now you know it's something that we used to do every Wednesday. We already know that we are doing this thing every Wednesday. So you do not need to you don't need to like put it on do not repeat. So now we are going to what? We are going to put it every Wednesday. So now when you put it on every Wednesday, we have youth hangout every Wednesday, 3 to 4 p.m. 3 to 4 p.m. Now just change what? Just change the color. Let's say we are using banana yellow for it now. I don't know when this color turns to banana actually, but I know it as yellow. God will help us out. So now let's use now we are using yellow for this now. Notification should be 30 minutes before. Okay, now let's say every Wednesday now, 3 o'clock, we're having what? We're having youth hangouts. 3 o'clock, youth hangouts. On Thursday also, on Thursday by 5 o'clock, we'll be having our what? Our face clinic. Our face clinic on Thursday. What time do you normally have our face clinic? We used to have our face clinic by 5 o'clock to 6:30. This is 1.5 hours. 5 o'clock to 6:30. Now from here now, we'll still set it what? Weekly on Thursday. I want to make our calendar interface now. I want to make it bulky and so full of events now. Every Thursday we used to have our what? Our face clinic. Now choose another one now, choose another color now for this. Let's use we are using tomato red for it now. So immediately you know we have set every other thing. You can set it according to your own preference or to the preference of your client. Now I'm just using this one now for teaching purpose. So your client can ask you to add what? To add description, add notes. Add notes where needed. You can add notes, you can add descriptions. That's if you want, that's if your client want it. But for this, you are just using it for tutorial, for learning sake. That's why I'm not adding what? I'm not adding any notes to it. So you can just save it. Face clinic every Thursday. Immediately you add it, you save. So now face clinic is there already. Monday, what do you do on Monday? Let's say on Monday, let's say on Monday, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Okay, let's say we train. We train on Monday. What time? Fitness train time. 2 o'clock to what? 3 p.m. 2 o'clock to 3 p.m. on Monday. So now, do we repeat? Yes, we repeat. How many days? We repeat every Monday. Weekly on Monday. Weekly on Monday. What time do you need the notification? 30 minutes also before time. 30 minutes before time. But you can choose 20 minutes. Depends on your preference. All these things are defaults, which are terms change. You can choose whatever day, whatever date, whatever day, week, even months, even minutes, but there is no seconds there. You can just choose okay, I need you to notify me 20 minutes before time. I need you to notify me 30 minutes before time. I need you to notify me 2 hours before time. In fact, I need you to notify me 2 days, 3 days before time. So it depends on you. The changes on these things are what? Dependent on the person using them or the person setting up the event. So now let's say 20 minutes before time, immediately I choose this one, I change this to grey color. So immediately I add it now, you can see now our calendar interface is what? Is becoming bulky. Now I want to add something that we used to do every day. I want to add something to it now to make it more interesting and what? Colorful. Now let's say breakfast. Yes, I want to add breakfast to it now. Let's say you will be having your breakfast 10 o'clock. Breakfast 10 o'clock, because you need to be adding all these things for your client also. You need to be adding all this time, all these events for your client, so that they will know that you have their best interest. You have their best interest at heart, in your own heart also. So now let's say breakfast. Breakfast is just, let's say, 30 minutes. You are using 30 minutes for breakfast. 10 o'clock to 10:30. Now we are repeating this thing what? Daily. We are repeating it daily. So I set it as daily now. It's really breakfast every day, 10 o'clock to 10:30. But make sure that you notify me 10 minutes. Let's use 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Notify me 15 minutes before time. Notify me 15 minutes before time. See, this is breakfast, 15 minutes before time. Now which color are we using? Color grading. Which color are we using? Let's use this for breakfast. So I'll be using same color for breakfast, lunch, dinner and brunch. I'll be using same color for the four. I'll be using same color for those four things. So now you can just add you can just add description here if you want to. Having breakfast with my son. I'm just writing this. I don't have a son yet, so I'm just writing this as it's bringing it as I'm just writing it. Breakfast with my son, you understand now? So now immediately you click on save now. You see on your calendar, you can see now 10 o'clock every day. 10 o'clock every day you have what? Breakfast, 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 breakfast. So 10 o'clock every day you have breakfast. So now if you check now the next week now, if you check next week now, you see breakfast is also what? Is also there. So now let's add another one. Let's add brunch. You will add brunch? No, there's no need for us to add brunch. Let's add lunch. Now what time will you be okay to add lunch? Remember we already put fitness at 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So let's add lunch at 3 o'clock. So let's add lunch at 3 o'clock. By 3 o'clock, let's do 3 o'clock for lunch. Let's use 3 o'clock for lunch. So yeah, now we have lunch. Yeah. So now from 3 o'clock to 3:30, we are using 30 minutes also for this. We are using 30 minutes, 30 minutes for this also. So we are using 30 minutes for this. Now do not repeat, just put it on daily, because it's every day you take your lunch. Every day you take your lunch, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Make sure it's daily. So you set it as daily. Remember I said that I'm using same color for breakfast, lunch and dinner. So now you're having lunch with what? Lunch with President Tinubu. So I'm having lunch with President Tinubu. I will be having lunch with President Tinubu every day by what? By 3 p.m. I'll be having lunch with President Tinubu by 3 p.m. So immediately you click on save. Immediately you click on save like this. See, it has added these things there. Now I want you to take note of something from this. I want you to take note of something from this calendar now. Remember that I had on Wednesday that we have our youth hangout 3 o'clock to 4 p.m. See now, that's one of the advantage of Google Calendar. If two of your events will clash, you are going to see it from the calendar. You are going to see it from the calendar, because I already said I will be having youth hangout 3 o'clock to 4 p.m. Then I still now add another event again now that I will be having lunch 3 o'clock to 3:30. See now, that's a conflict of what? Conflict time, that's time conflict. That's time conflict. That's time conflict here. That's one of the advantage of what Google Calendar. It tells you to what, to know when two of your events are clashing. So now what I will just do is I will just edit my youth hangout. I will click on it. Then when I click on it, I will edit it. Then I'm postponing my youth hangout to what, to 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, because I need to eat. I need to eat. So that's another thing, because me setting this one now that okay I need to eat, that's me prioritizing my health. That's me prioritizing my health above what, above work. You need to do the same thing for your clients also. I'm not talking about food now, I'm talking about you prioritizing their own task. Now this is where you need to come in to know which task is more important, which task is less important. You know, there's this prioritization metrics that I talked about the other time, that important and urgent. Then we have important, not urgent. We have one that is not urgent and it's not even important. And we have one that is important but it's not urgent. You understand? So that is you prioritizing your tasks now, prioritizing your events to know which one is to know which one is more important, because something scale of preference. So same thing you are going to use for your client also. Same way that I'm making this calendar now, that I'm making all these events on my Google Calendar, that two events clash together. You are going to have this thing when you are working for a client. You are going to have this thing. Something like this must surely happens when you are working for a client. It's now up to you now to prioritize your tasks, that okay, which one is more important, which one is urgent and important, which one is urgent and it's not important, which one is important and not urgent, and which one is not even important and not even urgent. You understand? So you need to what, to put your scale of preference now at work for you to know which one is important. Something like this will surely happen. Now you see, now from my own as example now, I make use of my own lunch as it was the important and urgent stuff that I want to do. That my own dinner is what, dinner is lunch, what lunch is important. You can have lunch with Elon Musk, you will have lunch with Elon Musk in Jesus name, don't worry. My own lunch is with Daddy Gio, don't worry. So now I'm going to set my youth hangout as 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., which is weekly on Wednesday, Now while editing it now, I want to save it now. It's asking me now, this the recurring event that I'm editing, am I only editing it for this week own, or this week and following events? Are it for all events or for all events? So you need this place, you need to be extra careful while handling something like this, especially when you are editing. When you are editing your current events, please, we need to what? We need to be very careful, because if you ask you this question, immediately you click on this event alone, definitely you are only changing the date, the time for youth hangouts. You're only changing it for this week alone. Next week will not be corrected though. That clash will still be there. You understand? But if you pick this one and following events, it means like this one that want to happen now this week and next upper week, please change it for me. But if you now pick all events, it means both ones both ones that you have done before, this week own and the one that you are yet to do. Those ones that you have done before, this week own and the one that you are yet to do, this is the third one. So the second one is what we will be picking, because we have not set anyone for last week. We started this week already. We only started this week. So we're only using this week and following events. So we are using this week and following events. So we are using this one now, this week and following events. So immediately I save this, see now it's brought my youth hangouts back to what, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. So I have my youth hangouts here now for 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. I have my youth hangouts from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. If you are to go to next week on and check next week on, you can see now 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. It has been corrected. It has been corrected. It has been what? Corrected. So now let's add another thing. That will be the last one that we are going to add for tonight. So let's add just one last thing. Let's add our dinner. So I will be adding dinner with Daddy Gio every day. I'll be adding dinner with Daddy Gio. So dinner, you can now put it now with, I will even put it here, Daddy Gio, and PLA. You see now I'm having dinner with super powerful people now. Daddy Gio and PLA, those are the two people I will be having dinner with. So now just come down to this place and just what, pick the color grading that you remember. The color grading is essential. Remember we are using, oh, attendance link. Let me share the attendance link. You know we are using what is it called for this. Hold on for the attendance link please. Don't worry, Daddy Gio is not in Nigeria. We'll go and meet him. I already scheduled the appointment with him already. I scheduled it in my spirit. I know he can, he understand, he understand, he understand. Please fill the attendance. So that's the attendance, guys. Okay, now so let me round up. Our time is fast spent. I don't want to be using more than 1 hour, but we don't use to start on time. That's the issue. So now you are using same color grading for the three. Remember, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So now I'll be saving this one now. I'll be saving it now. I can still copy this one now. You can copy this one and just put it in your description. You can just put, okay, someone said add notes, luxurious dinner with general overseer of the RCCG. Okay, let me use that one. Luxy, luxurious dinner with general overseer, overseer of RCCG. You see now, I've added it already. So immediately you do what? You save. And you see now I made a mistake on this thing now while creating it. The mistake I made is I did not put it as the occurring event that is happening every day. So you just need to what? You just need to edit and just put it on daily. Just put it on what? On daily. Immediately you put it on daily, you just what? You save. Immediately you put it on daily, you save. So immediately I save like this. So I have it here. Dinner with Daddy Gio every night. I'll be having dinner with Daddy Gio and PLA 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. with Daddy Gio every day. I'll be having dinner with him. So that's it. That's it. We are not yet done, but I will just let us rest and ponder on this one for today. So tomorrow we'll continue from here. Trust me, we still have lots to learn. We'll continue from here. We still have tax, how to manage tax. See, we have our tax right here. So we'll still continue from here to tomorrow. We'll continue from here tomorrow. We have tax here. You can see there are some tax that I haven't created here. So we have tax here. We have calendar. We'll continue from here tomorrow. Any question of the day? Do you have one thing that you want to ask me? Please ask now, ask now, ask now. I'm in the chat box. Ask your question. You can ask your question now. Any question for me? Okay. Precious Wilson said, I don't understand the GMT plus one. The GMT plus one, I will explain tomorrow because I will make sure I prepare a slide particularly for that one. I will prepare a slide particularly for that one and I will share it tomorrow while teaching. But let me just recap little on it. You know, we are the time zone here is 7:19 right now, right? There's another place now, they are just waking up. Another continent now, they are just waking up. And we have some people that their own time currently is 2:19. You understand? So now the time zone is how we understand the different in our day-to-day activities. Why is it that some of us we are in the evening period, some people are in their afternoon period, some people are in their morning period. So we use all these zones to understand it. So in Nigeria, we make use of GMT plus one. You understand? We make use of GMT plus one. We have GMT plus one, GMT plus two, GMT plus three, plus four, plus five, T plus 12. We still now have GMT minus one, minus two to minus 12. You understand? So you minus all these things, you will do plus and minus in it. That's one of the things that we are going to teach tomorrow. So I will tell you and let you know what GMT means, what time zone means, how to calculate time zone, how to what, how to calculate time zone. I'm going to teach you that one tomorrow, how to calculate time zone. Please, someone should remind me immediately. We start tomorrow. Sorry, on Sunday, not tomorrow. We're having class on Sunday, not tomorrow. On Sunday, please remind me. I will explain how to calculate time zone of yours and your clients, how to calculate your time zone and your client's time zone. And let me check another question there. Someone said, sir, before the scheduling on behalf of your clients, you need to confirm from them, right? Yes, 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 yes. You need to confirm. You need to confirm. At times, you need to confirm. You need to confirm. For those of us that missed the last class, how can we access it, sir? The last class is on the YouTube channel. The last class is on the YouTube channel. You can check the YouTube channel. I will send it to the group chat. The last class is on the YouTube channel. Can we add more than three activities in a box? Yes, you can add as many activities as you want. You can add as many activities as you want in a box. Let's assume you have three clients that have a schedule that has a schedule for 3 p.m. How do I schedule the three clients for 3 p.m. different activities? I don't understand this question. Please, can you please come to my DM so that we understand this your question very well. Let's assume you have three clients that have a schedule for 3 p.m. So how do I schedule the three clients for 3 p.m. different activities? Please come to my DM. I don't understand the question. Please come to my DM. Or probably on Sunday, I will be able to address it also. So thank you so much, guys, for joining today. Don't forget to share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Actually, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a long way, very long way to go. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you on Sunday as we continue from Google Calendar, and we'll still dive briefly into or deeper into Google Drive. This is me signing off. It's me, Asmia, David Adewumi, signing off from here now. See you on Sunday. God bless you. And make sure that you enjoy your weekend. It's very, very important. Make sure that you enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.